All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Tammy Morrison, and I'm so honored to have with us today Mr. Michael Dalcoe. You've watched him on YouTube. You've seen him on Facebook Live. He is the CEO, constantly empowering others, and I'm so very happy to have him as our special guest here today. For those of you that weren't able to make the call live, we are recording this so you can watch it at a later date. Mr. Dalcoe is one of those people that's larger than life. When you meet him in person, it's just amazing. I'm honored to call him a friend and a business partner, but most importantly, a friend. He is a great motivator. He's a great leader in Karatbars. He is one of those people that you absolutely want to get to know. So it is with my great pleasure that I bring to you Mr. Michael Dalcoe, who's going to talk to us about the importance of Karatbars, why we should be saving in gold, and also his journey with Karatbars and what it's enabled him to do in his life. So thank you, Michael, for joining us. I'm going to turn off my microphone. I'm going to turn off my camera, and I'm going to let you take this over because you are the man.
Well, thank you, Ms. Tammy Morrison. And so before I get started babbling too much, I just want to appreciate you, Tammy, for inviting me on to speak with your team. I do understand that a good portion of this team is there in Africa. So I want to say hello to our African brothers and sisters building your business from the Ivory Coast or from West Africa, South Africa, East Africa, North Africa, wherever you are on that beautiful, beautiful continent. We appreciate the time that you've taken out to spend with us today on this webinar. And then for those that are in different countries and even here in the United States on this webinar, thank you for giving me a minute to speak with you. I'm always blown away when people say nice things about me, like Ms. Morrison just said, because I've had the chance to meet her and just the success that she's had in this business. For her to say those things about me, it's a little overwhelming. It's so much I could talk about as it relates to me, but let me just start by saying the reason why that is so overwhelming to me is because I know how long I've been in this industry. Okay? I've been in this industry since 1993, Tammy, and I never made any money. So I want people to hear that emphatically in their ears, that this person, that Tammy Morrison, who is one of the top earners and top producers in our company, is saying is bigger than life. Yeah, me. I have been in the industry for 20 years before I found Karatbars, and I never made any money. So all the ability to articulate a vision, all the ability to be concise in how I speak about a business, a product, a good, or a service, all the charisma, all the humor, and of course these amazing good looks. It was never enough.
Wait, we call him the best looking man in Karatbars.
Yeah, I'm the most handsome man in Karatbars. Yeah, I'm the most beautiful man in all of Karatbars, right? It was never enough to get me over the hump, for me to make any serious money in this industry. And I'm a firm believer in the industry of networking. I don't believe anything is more likely to build wealth for you and your family than a networking business. It is the most logical, most powerful income-producing concept known to man. And I still couldn't make any money. Now, I made all my money in the mortgage industry. I was a mortgage banker for 15 years, most recently with Wells Fargo. Yeah, Wells Fargo, that company, the one that's in the news for bad stuff, right? I worked for Wells Fargo, and during my time and tenure as a mortgage banker, I made a lot of money. So you would think I would be focused on trying to find another mortgage banking job, but I'm not. You know, the regulations, they were very hard on the mortgage industry. And during the years of 2003 and 2007, I made just a ton of money because it was heavily deregulated. It was easy to get a mortgage, and that was my product. But I found a better way. That better way was Karatbars International. And I will tell you right now that when I got started in Karatbars, I didn't see it right off. It didn't make a lot of sense to me. I just knew that it was gold, and I always wanted gold. And my sponsor told me I could make money by referring others to Save Gold. That was enough for me. I didn't understand all the bells and whistles, all the other things, dual team, unilevel, rankings, and gold director, and I didn't understand any of that. All I knew was I wanted gold. Karatbars made it accessible a gram at a time, and I could get paid if I referred others. That was the extent of my education and my knowledge, Leon. That's all I knew. That because I understood all these other businesses, networking, you could build levels and all this stuff. And the product were juice, coffee, lotions, potions, pills, gaming apps, Forex, all these different things were out there. So I understood leverage. So I said, okay, fine. I want gold anyway. If the product is gold and I can refer others, I'm in. This is what blew my mind. 103 days after getting my business package, I had out-earned my job. So, wow, this is interesting. This is interesting. Okay, had a discussion with my wife. I didn't really like what was going on at my mortgage business anyway. And so when my income had increased enough where I felt comfortable to go for it, there was not a need to be there anymore. So it replaced my full-time income. That was March 3rd of 2014. And I've not been back to work since. Now, you can have your moments because we know that Karatbars is an all-voluntary program. Nobody's forced to acquire gold. Nobody's forced to get a business package. There's no monthly mandatory auto ship. So there's nothing to make people acquire the product. So there can be times when people say, well, I can't get any gold this week, whatever. But everybody joins for free. You can't even quit. When I really got that in my head, I was like, oh, this is it. This is going to retire me. And it did. And I've been full-time for 3 years. There's been times where it's a little slim, and there have been times where it's beyond belief. I like what Tammy Morrison taught me once. She says, you'll go through phases in this business, and you'll even go through phases each month. You'll go through a phase where you say, it's not worth it. Where, you're just giving it all you've got. You're making the calls. You're sending the texts. You're posting on social media. And it's not worth it. It's like, geez, I'm putting way too much time in. My wife goes, babe, you still talking on the phone? I go, yeah, I'm still on the phone. Wow, you've been on the phone for 3 hours. Can we go watch a movie? No, we can't go watch a movie. I've got to get this done. And she said, all right, fine. That's the it's not worth it phase. You're putting more energy in than you're getting results out. It's not worth it. The educated networker understands that it's worth it. The uneducated 9-to-5 employee-minded person says it's not worth it. Because if I go work 8 hours, they're going to pay me for 8 hours. If I work in Karatbars 8 hours, I may not earn anything. It's not worth it. And then you get into the phase of it's worth it, where you start to see your income encroaching upon your full-time 9-to-5 income. You see it exceed your 9-to-5 income. You wake up in the morning, you made $400 or $500 in your sleep. And you go, oh, it's worth it. That sacrifice that I put in, it was worth it. And then you trickle over into the, I'm not worth it. Now, I struggle with that one because I think I'm worth a lot. Will, I think I'm probably worth $100,000 a day, right, with the effort that I put in. So I struggle with it, but I get the concept that when I'm, like right now, I took a break from making dinner for my wife. I'm sitting at home every day. I wake up when I get tired of sleeping. Sometimes I earn more money going to the movies with my wife than I do picking up the phone and trying to share the plan with other people. And that's when you go, wow, am I worth it? Right? Am I worth it? Am I giving Karatbars the discipline and the focus that it deserves because of how good it is for me? Folks, you know what? I was thinking today, I was talking to my financial advisor. He'll be in Atlanta for the Let's Go weekend. His name is Alan Austin. Delightful gentleman, just smart as he can be. And I was talking to him today to decide whether I really need my life insurance policy. Now, this is a little over the top. So let me just give a disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not a licensed financial professional of any kind. So I'm not giving you financial advice at all. This is 100% my thoughts and my opinion, totally. But this is something that I'm experiencing on a daily basis, Tammy, is when I inventory the gold that I've been able to save. And that's including when I didn't even realize how important gold is to my family's financial security. When I finally figured it out and started stacking gold, and the gold that I get free through commissions, and the weekly residual and the monthly residual that I earn in my residual gold business, Addison, I'm actually asking my financial advisor, do I need a life insurance policy? I had a licensed life insurance broker say to me today that life insurance policies are for poor people. I was like, wait a minute, what did he just say to me? He said, yeah, life insurance policies are for people who can't amass the savings on their own. So they get a policy and they pay a premium. Why is it called a premium? That'll wake you up at 3 in the morning. Why do they call it a premium? Because somebody's getting a premium to sell it to you. Somebody's getting a fee and a residual income because you can't discipline yourself enough to save and save in an appreciating asset so that you don't need to pay a premium to somebody to secure your life. That is so radical. You probably need to get this recording and listen to it again. So I'm now in the Karatbars has put me in a position because I have residual income coming in without my physical effort. If I were to die, that income's still gonna come to my wife. And I don't need a $10,000 box to put my dirt in when I leave this earth. She can burn my remains because I put forth the effort necessary to secure her while I was alive. Now see, that's really radical. So I can be a little cutting edge sometimes. I don't want you guys to take everything I'm saying to heart, but Addison is saying he was a financial advisor, and for me to ask if I need life insurance means you can self-insure, and that's exactly what I'm saying, Addison. I'm self-insuring. Wow, thank you for typing that in the chat room. I feel very confident that I'm self-insuring, so I have a meeting with my financial advisor and my life insurance advisor later this week, and they've got to prove to me, listen, hear me clearly, because this takes me over the edge. They've got to now prove to me that their product is better than my Karatbars business. Oh yeah, I said that boldly. Now I say it again, this is for me. My financial advisor and my life insurance manager have got to prove to me that they've got a better product than Karatbars. Karatbars is my life insurance. Now you're like, Mike, that's too over the top. Okay, all right. And we can't talk about money because we don't want to encroach upon any kind of attorneys general's rules and regulations. But I will tell you this. I've been able to save more gold, and it's increasing in value over time. And when I compile my gold and my wife's gold in my business account, my wife's business account, and the gold we've amassed, it's worth more than my life insurance. So why am I paying a premium of hundreds of dollars each week, each month, that I could just get more gold? I've already amassed through the power of Karatbars more gold than my life insurance policy is worth. Without the money that I'm putting in life insurance, if I took it out of life insurance and put it in my gold money account, I would amass gold faster. So it's like Karatbars has just made me do a 180 on my mindset. Like, why am I thinking the way I'm thinking? It's because my grandparents and my parents always said, you get some life insurance. A multi-billionaire doesn't need life insurance. You've got a business that's generating millions of dollars each year. Why do you need life insurance? You've got a business. You've got an asset. See, a life insurance policy, as a mortgage banker, when people would come to get a mortgage, I would say, what are your assets? What are your liabilities? What's your credit score? Right? They would have to fill out this long form. Tell me their wife's name, my wife's maiden name. Give me 3 references. Where do you work? What's your social security number? What's your bank account number? Do you understand people would give me their bank account number to go into debt for a house? In order to get a debt, they would give me their social security number, their job, their employer, their manager. their bank account number, their savings account number, their investment portfolio number. They would tell me all their kids' names and ages and their wife's social security number. They had to give me all that information just so I could give them a high interest loan. They're going to get a $300,000 house and get a 4% interest loan, and they're going to end up paying back $500,000 over the course of a 30-year process. Their mortgage is going to outlive them. They're going to hand that mortgage, which is short for death. It's a French word for death. Engage, like engage. It's a French word for obligation. They're going to give their family a death obligation, and they're going to pay me a fee. They're going to pay me a commission to put them in that death debt that they're going to pay for this liability until they die. And that was my job. That's how I got paid to put people in debt. I got a fee for that. They paid me to put people in debt. At the time, I felt good about it. In retrospect, I hate that was ever my occupation. I hate it. If I could do it again, I wouldn't do it. And then somebody showed me Karatbars. You sign up for free. There's no monthly expense to your business ever. At Wells Fargo, I was managing 3 branches, one on Old National in College Park, one on Highway 85 in Riverdale, and one on Mount Zion Boulevard in Morrow, Georgia. And I had to drive to those physical locations. Put that away. You give me a Karatbars business for free, and I'm in over 100 countries. Day one. I'm so fired up about Karatbars. If you're not even making money in the business yet because you're new, you're in business in over 100 countries, day one, for free, no monthly expenses. I had to put gas in my car, dry cleaning for my suits. I had to drive for training, stay in hotels. I had to get licensed. I have no expenses in my Karatbars business ever. I get paid in cash on a MasterCard that's accepted in 36+ million locations around the world. It converts the euros that I'm paid in into my national currency when I swipe it in an ATM. And I have no expenses in my business, and I can build my business and make it global from my cell phone. I still struggle. Now, I'm a networking professional. I don't stress out when people tell me no, but I still struggle to understand why anybody would tell me no. This is the most incredible bit. When you consider that our business is acquiring a precious metal, gold, and just keeping as much of my money as I want in gold. I get paid to keep my money. I can take a stack of bills out of my wallet and convert it into gold and keep it. People say things like buy gold. I'm even on a campaign right now, Miss Tammy Morrison, to stop people from saying buy gold. If I go to a store and I have $1 and I ask the cashier for change, I don't say, can you sell me 4 quarters? I say, can you give me change for $1? I'm exchanging paper for metal.
That's right. I love it.
That's what I'm doing with Karatbars. I'm exchanging paper for metal. Guys, do y'all understand? Let me see if I got $6. Let me show you something. This is when I started. Boomer taught me this. Okay, here's $6. 40 years ago, Rodney, 40 years ago, I could get this 5-gram bar of gold for $6. I'm just going to let you think about that for a second before I really kind of enumerate on it. I could get 5 grams of gold 40 years ago for $6, Mr. Zulu, $6. Today, it takes 250 of these to get the same gold. Why would anybody save in this? And as a banker, I just said, whoa. I would watch people every Friday line up out the door to put paper in an account. That won't save. Hey, here's an easy question. How much will this dollar be worth 50 years from now? It'll be worth $1 because it's written on the paper. It can never be worth more than this. So why would you save in something that cannot grow? Why anybody would not do Karatbars is just baffling. But as a professional, I've learned to shake it off, not worry about it, because I'm only looking for the people who say yes. You talk to 100 people, 20 of them are going to say yes, maybe more. That's all you need to concern yourself with. Don't get stressed out about Karatbars. Don't get upset when people tell you no. Just save gold, tell people, and make money. I know you. Some of you guys think probably this guy is just too excited. Well, I'm excited because this has been my full-time occupation for the last 3 years, and every day. Some people call me complaining. Well, Mike, I can't find nobody. Well, you're not here to find people. That's not your job. Your job is not to find people. Your job is to share the information with everybody you meet. Let them find Karatbars. See, my sponsor didn't find me. He called me up. He said, Mike, you want to take a look at something? I said, yes. He sent me Karatbars, and I found it. Everybody gets to look at it, but not everybody sees it. So it's not your job to find them. They're lost on their own. Your job is to put the information in front of them and see who raises their hand. That's fun. Boy, Tammy, that's fun. My job is to just, everybody I meet, is to just share the plan. And everybody that says, I like it, I sign them up.
That's right.
When they say gold, I get paid.
What is it Boomer used to say? Karatbars is like a deck of cards. There's 52 of them. We're just looking for the aces.
Just looking for the aces.
Stick and move. Stick and move.
There's nothing better than when there are people who say, well, yeah, all home-based businesses are good. They all work. I agree with that. I'm a huge proponent for home business and network marketing and networking and affiliate marketing, referral marketing. I love all those type businesses. Back 5-10 years ago, you would have to blindfold me to make me not sign up. If I saw it and it made sense, I'm in. I love them. I love a referral business. If it's a product I'm going to use and I can get paid for using it and sharing with others, I'm in. Boy, when I saw Karatbars, this has ruined me for every other business. Because in every other business you get in, you're in a juice business, so you get coffee. That coffee is not going up in value. That gaming app is not going up in value. That investment business may be going up or down. It's fluctuating. This product has proven for 5,000 years to store your wealth. My only job is to save it and share it. Save it and share it. Harold Sykes says it doesn't even matter which business package you choose. You can start at bronze and make $1 million. Hey, if you don't tell anybody else off this stream this, what I'm about to tell them, let me talk low. If you signed up as a bronze and you shared it with 2 people today, who shared it with 2 people tomorrow, who shared it with 2 people Friday, who shared it with 2 people Saturday, you would be a million. If everybody did that and just got a bronze package, it'd make you a millionaire in 90 days. Now, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about math. I'm talking about math. Everybody's not going to do that. Everybody's not going to get their 2 today. I know. But if you did, it'd make you a millionaire inside of 90 days because there's nothing to stop it. Harold Sykes has proven to me that he's willing to pay me 180,000 dual team payouts per week. I want to see somebody to prove it. Let's all do our best to make sure Tammy Morrison proves that it'll pay you 180,000 times a week. Let's make sure she proves it.
Absolutely.
Are y'all going to be mad if Tammy said, oh my gosh, guys, I broke the system. It paid me 180,000 times and it would not pay the next time. I would love that. I'd be like, woo, I'm next. So I would encourage all of us. You know, I'm heartened that people would listen to anything I've got to say. I'm very heartened by that. But I will tell you, what I'm saying today is true for all of us. Karatbars is the greatest financial instrument, period. I mean, it's better than everything. It's better than my financial advisor. I was telling him, I was like, okay, Alan, I'm making some serious money now. I want to start my investment portfolio. He said, why? I said, because I want to grow my money. He said, Mike, you're making more than me right now in your investment in Karatbars than all of my investments put together. Why would you invest? Why would you risk? See, here's the thing about an investment. Investments like Las Vegas. There's nothing wrong with Las Vegas, period. If you're going to gamble, that's the place to go. Well, if you're going to gamble your retirement, the stock market is the place to go. But who likes the idea of gambling away your retirement? I don't. He said, Mike, you put together a system that'll pay you X amount of dollars per year, and your product is an appreciating asset. You don't need an investment portfolio. Now, I'm still trying to wrestle with that one, Tammy, but that's powerful. That's the kind of decisions Karatbars puts on your plate. So guys, get fired up. Follow your leadership. Don't make this hard. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. And the rest, Karatbars will take care of it. Thank you, Tammy, for giving me a minute to yell and scream at your team. You're muted, Tammy.
There we go. All right. Thank you so much, Michael. You always bring, so much to the table. When you've been around as long as I have, because guys, next week when we do our meeting, I'm going to tell you my story because my team has never heard my story. And so I'm going to tell them that because Michael always asks me to come down to Atlanta and he says, all right, you can talk about anything you want to. And I'll say, okay, well, we're going to go with this topic. And then I'll get down, I'll look at the itinerary, and it'll say, Tammy Morrison, my story. And so I end up telling my story every time I go to Atlanta. But Michael instilled in me the knowledge and that not everyone has heard it. And even people who have heard it get something different out of it each and every time they do hear it. So I will continue to tell my story for you, Mr. Dalcoe. And hopefully I get better and better at it. But I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming on here and just being you. I said, just be you, and you always bring so much to the table. And I'm gonna tell you guys, last time I went to Atlanta, was it September?
Yeah.
I've been around a long time, and I've heard 100,000 presentations. And I was sitting there in the audience when Mr. Dalcoe was on stage, and my mouth dropped, and it did not. I had to push it back up. Cheryl Ann's mouth dropped. I had to push hers back up because this man packs a punch. Michael, you have a DVD that's for sale. And you did say you guys ship internationally, right?
We do.
Okay. Can you go ahead and give that website? If you guys want to order a DVD of Mr. Dalcoe, the very presentation that I watched where my jaw was on the floor and Cheryl Ann was picking up my jaw and I was picking up hers, because I'm telling you guys, he knocked it out of the park. I went to Indianapolis a little bit later than after that. And I said, guys, I can't do it any better than he can. So I pushed play. That's all I did. That's all I did. I pushed play. I sat back and I let him do my work for me. So I really encourage everyone to get your hands on a copy of this DVD. You won't ever have to open your mouth about Karatbars. Have a home party. Push play.
Well, I put a couple of links in the chat room, and
okay.
The easy way, you can go to wealthbuildersworldwide.info. That's wealthbuildersworldwide.info, and a little pop-up comes up, and scroll down the pop-up, and you'll see a DVD. I like to tell people, if you're trying to learn to do a presentation, I looked at it too, Tammy. I thought it was pretty good. I think
please. It was.
I thought it was pretty good. But that's a good way to learn how to do a presentation too. If you want to physically do your own presentation, you can watch that and learn. Or you can do like Tammy said, you can push play. There's a team member, I'm sure he's on your team, Tammy. His name is Isaac Mattias. Mm-hmm. He's in South Africa. Mm-hmm. And he does live presentations there, and he'll play portions of it there and other videos. It's just, Karatbars has given us such an amazing ability to just do business at the speed of thought. We don't have to put a lot of thought into this business. Everything is provided for us.
Right.
All we have to do is follow the system.
That's exactly right. And you know, guys, they have an amazing system over at wealthbuildersworldwide.info as well. Follow the massive action plan. William and I were talking prior to the call being live about, you know, people coming in and not putting in the effort that needs to be done, even after putting in the money that they've worked so hard for. So, you know, we try to make it as easy as we can. We're going to give you all the tools that you need to succeed. You have 24-hour access to me. I may not get back to you, you know, at 3 a.m, but I might. You never know. Because, you know, I told somebody this morning, they said, what shift do you work? And I said, all of them. And so, you know, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end the meeting right here, but I want you to stay on for just a moment, if you will, Mr. Dalcoe, and we're going to get some questions answered. But again, I want to thank you for your time and thank you for your insight. And as always, you know, it's just a pleasure to see you. I can't wait to see you in April. I'm so excited.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, if you guys know anybody in the United States, have them go to letsgoweekend.com. I watched a show about Eric Worre, not a show, but a YouTube video on Eric Worre was talking about building internationally. You know, we're here in the U.S., we're building over in South Africa, we're building over in Australia, we're building over in New Zealand, we're building in so many different countries that why are you guys, I need you to build here. I need you to find some people here and trust and know that if you have somebody that's in the United States, I'm going to be on the phone with them day one. And I'm going to give them 100% support, just like I give you guys. And as I'm going to continue to give you guys, I will do whatever is needed to get this person up and running. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting, and we're going to hang on for some Q&A. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much, Michael.
You're welcome.